How's it going? In this video, we are going to be talking about a low barrier offer and why I think it's important that every business has one of these things, how to leverage it, and the whole ad structure and setting everything up. I'm first going to walk you through some of the results that this has generated for some of my partners. I've done this for at least 10 people now, or 10 businesses now. Most of them which have had really great success, generated lots of revenue and lots of profit with them. And I myself have done and spent my own money on this strategy, and I've actually just launched one for myself. You can see here in the Ads Manager, we're starting to get some sales in the past couple of weeks. It's nothing super crazy, but just to show you that I spend my own money on this stuff, I just want to share that as well. So first, let's talk about the kind of structure for this, what it should look like, so you can get a really good idea of how it looks. Okay, so this is a partner of mine. I'm going to be somewhat discreet and not show everything, but I at least want to show the layout and how everything looks. So a low barrier offer is something that you want to sell for around $37 to $47 to get someone into your world and ideally liquidate ad spend. Worst case scenario, you get a email subscriber essentially just totally free, which is really cool. It's a great way to build your email list without really paying for it. It's a great way to ascend people into your world and start them off somewhere small and then get them into coaching. So that's kind of the premise of a low ticket offer. Like I said, I'll show everything, including the ad strategy. And even if you're not using a low barrier offer now, this is a great ad structure and a great mindset for lots of different ads that you use anyway. So there's basically a very simple sales page, super simple text sales letter. So you'll see like this one right here. It's just long form text sales letter, lots of words. It's nothing really fancy. I'll actually go ahead and show you what mine looks like as well right now, because it's also very, very simple. Mainly text-based. They go to a page like this. It's super simple. It's nothing very, very long or too complex. Now, the actual layout and the structure for this is as follows. Okay, so I just drew this up really quickly just to show what everything looks like. So got your low barrier offer. Here are the price points that I would really recommend. You'll have a $37 to $49 low ticket offer. So some course, PDF, booklet, templates, whatever it is, something that you can sell that's really, really valuable for $37 to $49. Now I know you're like, okay, I don't want to give away too much, but at this point I would give and I would over deliver. I would rather you deliver something and give something to people that is very, very valuable than the other way around where you sell something really crappy for 49 bucks. This is their first impression. This is going to be a lot of people's first impression of your company, your business, and what you can do. If you over deliver here, they're going to love you. And I would rather over deliver than under deliver every time. With that, you'll notice that I drew this little out right here, and this is a $27 order bump. This is super important as well. So you'll see, I'll show you mine really quickly. They can essentially buy this thing for $37, and what they can do on top of it, let me just opt in real quick. They can then add this thing to their order. So this right here is called an order bump. They can check this, it can add it to their order. Now, having that in place, I think is something that everyone should have, and I would make it a requirement when you launch this thing. So that's the first product. Then you're gonna have a second product, which is an upsell. So for $147 to $197, you'll have something that they can add onto their order for another $140 to $190 bucks. This is definitely where you make a lot of your money. In most cases, you will be break even, maybe even lose a little bit of money on the front end for that first $37 sale. And that's totally okay, because at the end of the day, even if you're losing like $5 per sale, you're getting an email subscriber and you're basically paying $5 to get an email sub, which is a lot cheaper than other cases where you're spending like 8 to 10 or even 15. And they bought something, so they're a better subscriber to have, rather have paying subscribers than free ones, right? So just a quick mindset shift there. It's not always about always making a ton of money on the front end. Yes, we do that, but I think this is a great kind of mindset shift to have. Then you can have a final upsell, third product, 300 bucks. You can include a downsell as well that says, hey, listen, if you don't want to pay 200 for this, I'll give it to you for, or you don't want to pay 300, I'll give it to you for 100 bucks, right? So you can always have that there. I think that's an extra, but this is really what you want to strive to have everything feel and look like across the board on your low ticket offer. Now, as far as making this whole thing work, a lot of it has to do with the offer. We tested at least we tested two different offers. Both of them completely tanked. Like, we got sales, but it was really not profitable at all. And this third most recent offer that I'm personally testing has been working really, really well. Now, just to show you some quick results for some other people, so you can see what this looks like. You can see here that on this one, for a low barrier offer, this is for the year of 2021, we spent $600,000 and we generated $723,000 in revenue. You can see the results here, all from Facebook ads. Not bad, right? So we got $100,000 in profit just from the front end. Now, the beauty of this low ticket offer is now this partner of mine got around 7,800 new customers into his business, right? All those people that came through, guess what? He can now upsell them to his next level of his coaching program, which is super cool, right? And here's what happens now. You can see here what ended up happening is he actually ended up generating an extra $200,000 in profit in that same year. So you can see here, 2021, Facebook ads only. The total revenue from this source was about $1 million, $936,000. Cool. Obviously, 700,000 of that was just the front end, but the extra 200 grand was all back end sales, right? People were spending $21,000, $12,000 or more just on that alone. People aren't spending 21 grand or 12 grand just on the low ticket side. They're spending at most a couple hundred, right? So you can see how amazing it becomes when you get a ton of people into your business. Even if you're break even, like I would be totally okay with getting 7,000 new customers, even if I was break even. If I made no money on it on the front end, I know on the back end that I would get people in, right? You can see another result here from this year so far, January to March. Just from this one funnel, $81,000 in generated revenue. We spent not even half of that. We spent maybe 30. And you can see here in 2020 through 2021, so over the year, again, another $400,000 generated just from this one funnel, right? Some different examples here for you so you can see how really cool this looks. So now, as far as the ad structure, I think this is really important in the mindset behind it. I would expect when you have your low ticket offer, and I know this sounds maybe crazy, I would expect to spend $500 before you start to see any results. This is why this isn't for everyone, but once you crack it, it's probably the holy grail of online marketing, in my opinion, because you're getting sales on autopilot without doing anything. No sales call, no sell by chat, nothing. You're just running ad, page, someone buys, right? So it's going to take a little bit of testing. Nothing in life comes easy. Nothing great in life comes easy. And this is a really great thing that you can have for your business, but it doesn't always come easy. $500 for some people isn't much. For other people, it's a lot of money. Let me walk you through the ad structure and what everything should actually look like. So, and I'm going to use mine for an example here because ours has really just started to light up. So at the beginning of the month, we decided that we wanted to launch a low ticket offer. You can see we've spent about like $1,100 to $1,200. And a lot of the stats are starting to shine through and actually look a lot better. I think the one thing we need to improve is our cost per link click in some cases. But that's a completely separate conversation. But most of these are good, very good link click-through rate, very good stats here, right? So fine. However, what we did initially is we spent about, you can see here this first week, we spent about $480 on this one campaign, right? This is our main campaign. We got a couple of sales. It was a little bit expensive per sale, but the objective with the first $500, maybe $600 in spend is just to figure out, is the page performing? Is the offer something that people want? Did I get any sales for that? And if so, how many people took those sales, right? That's the biggest thing you want to figure out and you want to unlock within your first $500 spent. So low ticket offer, it's tough. It's not something you can, like in other videos I've talked about spending very little money to get results. For a booked call, a conversation, or a lead, it's different. This is someone that doesn't even know who you are now going into your world, buying something, and then pulling everything through just by themselves, right? So expect to spend $500. to get a couple of results. If you don't get a winner, well, I mean, you may be able to figure that out sooner before spending $500. But if you believe you have a good offer, I would spend a little bit on it, see how it works, and then look at these very specific metrics here. And this is what I want to touch on now. So in previous videos, I've spoken about the KPI tracker sheet, this cheat sheet that I have. And the point of this video is I want to talk about these metrics here for the low barrier offer funnel. So like your AOV, your sales page to order form click-through rate, your bump take rate, and your page conversion rate. So just to kind of give what the standard metrics on these ones should be. So like the average order value, if you want this to work for your low barrier offer, I would aim to at least have an average order value of $150. And the way you're going to do that, And the way you're going to do that is by having those products set up exactly how I kind of mentioned here. 37, 27 bump, and this. That's step one. How can you influence this thing? Well, you can influence it by the upsell price structure and offer, which I kind of just touched on, the upsell copy, and the video framework. I'll touch about those in other videos, but this first video, we're really talking about just the structure and making sure that you can sell that upsell for $147 to $197. And ideally, you want people to take it at a minimum of a 15% take rate. So if you're doing that, you know that your upsell is doing what it should be doing. Next, let's talk about your page conversion rate. This is also something really big that I think people should focus on more. And if you can get a 2% sales page conversion rate on cold traffic, you're doing really well. Ours right now is converting at about a 2.7% conversion rate. So it's doing a little bit better than average. Ideally, if you can get it to 3 or 4, you're crushing it. How can you influence this? This all comes down to your offer and your storytelling. I'll do more videos on it. I just really wanted to use this video as an intro and plant the seed as, hey, it's really good idea to have a low ticket offer in your business because you can start to do some really cool things with it. And I wanted to give the structure because this video now will serve for you to be able to go think about what can I slot into these price points to sell at a low ticket offer, right? Definitely more for coaches, consultants, course creators, but even if you're an e-commerce brand, you should build a funnel that is built around huge congruence around a certain set of 3 to 5 products, because it can be a really great entry point to flood people into your business and to rack up huge lifetime value off of something not super, super intense. Finally, let's talk about the ad structure when you're actually setting this thing up for the first time. So what I like to do is if you have an existing business base, I would recommend starting off with a lookalike of your clients or of your email list. That's step one. From there, I would also launch a handful of audience tests alongside it. And I would keep the copy and the creative very general and very, very broad. So just to show you an example of this one, we tested our lookalike, 3 different interests to see how we think they would work, very broad. And then as far as the copy on this one, we used dynamic images just to test broad, super blunt. You can see how blunt this primary text is. It's like, hey, download these things. This is how good they are. Like it's very simple. It's very plain. It's very upfront from ad to sales page. Like if someone clicks on this, they're interested in the ad pack. And if they don't buy, well, that's fine, but they don't buy. And it's not like we're doing any kind of bait and switch. It's very upfront. The value is presented very early. They know what they're getting themselves into. So that's how we set those up first. Once those things start to work, then you can start to pull them out into some scaling campaigns. But just this alone, I wanted this video to serve as an overview for a really powerful strategy on how you can leverage a low barrier offer funnel. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Comment below. And if you want access to this funnel diagnostic cheat sheet, I update this at least once a week. All you need to do is just check the description. You can either email me or message me on Instagram. I'll get you access to it pretty quickly, and then feel free to look at it and use it in your business. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys or sharing more with all of you in the next video, and I'll see you soon.